this field over here, well, what used to be a field, in contrast to what you see behind you, you have a whole heck of a lot larger, what we call DBH, diameter at breast height trees. These are all obviously much older than this area here, and this area was the area that was going to be the baseball diamond. And Judd Clover used to drive by here all the time when he was younger. He said probably 55 years ago, this was all flat with no trees. So what you see here is an early successional stage of mostly sugar maple, wild black cherry, and some intermittent trees there that mix in, but sugar maple has really dominated this area unbelievably. And one thing I'd like to point out, Jeff Johnson, another one of our co-workers, or my boss actually, anyways, had mentioned that there's stories of in the days of Native Americans and cavalry rides, they used to be able to ride through large forests. And if you look through this, you can't possibly ride a cavalry through something like that. So in the difference between a early successional forest and an older successional forest, as we go on down through here, you'll see that a lot of the lower forest floor, the vegetation down lower, there's a lot less of it. The canopy kind of crowds it out, and you have a lot larger trees, a lot larger canopy, and a lot less vegetation than you would see right here, where it's extremely dense. So it's a nice little contrast in between the two. We'll go ahead and move on down the trail. And it actually has become quite popular here at Shallenberger, and it's the hackberry right here. And we have several hackberries that are growing up on this side of the trail, and you'd be hard pressed to find so many on this side. So it's really a major contrast between both sides of the trail. And as we move our way up here, come on, follow me this way. I'd like to point out one of the stars of Shallenberger here. One of those features of stars. Has anybody here heard of the Three Sisters? Three Sisters is a little copper tree, and it holds the state record for DBH, diameter at breast height. Unfortunately, it splits off into 3 trunks below diameter at breast height, so they couldn't include it as the record holder. So we'll move our way up here. It's just about another 50 feet.
You guys are good. I'm just following. He's also fulfilling a college requirement
As we
today.
move our way up, still keep your eye on how many sugar maples there
Hope
are.
you're getting graduated this summer.
It's unbelievable how they've dominated that side of the trail. And here we are. This is the Three Sisters right here.
Yeah, with a warty bark. Warty bark.
And if you stand at this point, I'll wait for a lot of you to close in here.
I've never seen such a big elm leaf.
We got some awesome red elm in here, but we're losing them.
It's an amazing, amazing species here. Come on in, folks. You can come past me a little bit here. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Well, that's not 3 different trees. That's just in the
This is a big group.
As you're walking up,
Yes, it is.
turn around and look off this way down the trail, and you see this really dark.
This is for,
wild black cherry.
we're hoping to get Jason graduated this summer,
Between
and
the
this
trail
is
and
for
wild black
his,
cherry, that's kind of like a corner.
part of this is a requirement he's got to turn in.
It's safe to assume that
to
this was
include this
probably
film.
the corner of that field line, and they use that as a marker. But this right here is the Three Sisters, and as you can see, you have to go to the low side of a slope when you measure diameter of breast height. The high side of the slope, but even at the low side of the slope, it splits off before then. But it's estimated that it's about 200 years old. So this is one of the oldest trees in Shallenberger. Yes.
No, 2 o'clock.
Okay. These trees look differently than from below. And some of you may be wondering, why are we talking about
We have
trees
some
and
coral
plants
fungus.
in a glacier series? Well,
Very nice.
trees are so dependent on soils, it's unbelievable.
There you
They,
go. Here's some old
you
stuff.
can't grow certain trees in soils that they don't like. It just won't happen. I'm sure many of you folks know that.
Here's a little more of
If I could ask a quiz here real quick, or a question, I don't mean to test anybody. What trees haven't we seen here in Shallenberger?
It is mushroom
Anybody?
family, coral shape.
Well, there are some good sturdy oaks.
Yes.
There are some hickory, but think more conifer-like. Yes, there aren't any evergreens, and there aren't any evergreens up here at all.
But it could be a different.
It's very different, and as you look around, we have some chestnut oaks, and I'll follow you. You can follow me around, and we'll look at where we have some mountain laurel and some blueberries around the corner. And these are all evidence of the soil that was here before the glaciers came and washed it out or deposited in any other soil, because these types of trees won't grow down below, or plants, you know, the blueberries and mountain laurel and such. So we'll come around here and look at some of those.
And for some of you that remember what Judd was just telling you about the, this is the quarried area right here where the capstone was taken out for Blackhand Cemetery, for the Stonewall Cemetery. And the tall plants with the alternate leaves on them right now come back in about a month. Those are wreath goldenrods, and they'll be pretty.